Growing up with 6 brothers and a single mother is no easy task. However, that's not even half as interesting as the fact that everyone in the family is from a different country around the world. You have people from Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Sweden, and Russia under one roof. Talk about international family, Well, you are about to learn how one girl out of her gang of brothers copes with her very diverse lifestyle, and how important family really is in such a large household full of many personalities and ideas that sometimes collide. The Humanities Communication Art Department at Norway Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now, join our host Ryan Papola to meet the new directors.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved in this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 3 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they have created, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is the youngest among 6 older brothers and was born in Ivory Coast. She hopes to someday travel back and capture the wonders and beauties of her family's cultures. We would like you to meet today's guest, Bunmi. Asaolu.
Hi.
How are you? Oh.
Nice to meet you.
So, Bunmi, what makes your family so interesting?
Well, being the youngest out of a very diverse family, I was born in Ivory Coast. 3 of my brothers are from Nigeria, 2 are from Sweden, and 1 from Russia. I will say that that's pretty much classifies our family as really interesting. We all have different personalities, and we sometimes collide. But I mean, at the end of the day, we all seem to just sort of find a way to get back together. My mom raised us all for a very long time, and my dad passed away when I was 8, and so things hit us pretty hard. But we all try to figure out a way to make it through. Well, everything that's been going on in my family has just been pretty good. When I was born and raised in Ivory Coast, my mom really cared and cherished me the most. She always made sure to dress me up in African attire because she didn't want me to forget my roots of anything. So if any time she found any outfits that could probably fit me as a child, she'd just throw it upon me.
Nice.
Sometimes I didn't really want to wear it because it was itchy, but I think clothes are itchy for all kids at a certain age. She always told me to put school first because that's the most important thing that we can have in life. Growing up in Ivory Coast, there are a lot of pretty places that you can go visit. She tells me to always remember that, even though both my parents are from Nigeria. Nigeria is a really great place to visit if ever you have the chance, but it's really crowded. There's about tons and tons of people there, and that sometimes that can make you a little scared. You should really be careful because driving there is really bad. We have the food market. My mom used to take me there all the time. Again, the food market, but all of that made my brothers really jealous because I was the only girl, so sometimes they'll do little pranks on me, and my mom would get really pissed about it. But my brothers were born in Sweden, and Sweden's a really gorgeous place to visit. I wish I could go and visit there one time. My mom was with my father, but my father was always at work in the embassy. It's another wonderful place that my mom showed me pictures of.
That's really nice.
Then, of course, there was my brother from Russia. Russia was definitely a very cold and snowy place. If ever you go there, a lot of things happen. So there goes my family, and everything's just wonderful until my father passed away when I was 8. Things got pretty hard, and it just got deeper, and problems just continued to grow upon us. My church was really helpful, and they did anything that they could to help us through all of the struggles that we were going through. But all through that, my family just found a way to stick it through, and my mom was really supportive, and she just made sure we just stayed focused and did everything that we had to do.
It's truly, truly incredible.
Thank you.
Could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
Well, in high school, there was a video arts production class, and so I was in there for about 3 years. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, I just learned about all the editing skills and everything, so I thought, why not continue it in my college career?
What are some of the most useful things you've learned in this TV production course?
Well, I learned editing, and editing in high school is a lot different. We use different software, but here we learned how to use Avid, and that definitely is what is used widely among in the television world. But I just learned all the editing process, learned how to use cameras a greater deal because I wasn't really strong at that position in high school, but I definitely thought I learned a lot in this high school career.
That's great. So tell us about a few of the productions you created in the Fall TV class.
Well, we created the Sequence Project, and we did a Fall Foliage Project, and we also did a Campus Story, and I thought those were all great. Okay. If you take a look at the thing, that was our Sequence Project. This was actually our first go-around, so things were pretty difficult. I decided to do it at a vending machine where my friend went to go get Doritos. I definitely think that Doritos should pay me for this commercial because it was definitely amazing, and definitely obviously saw that Doritos is the main feature in the video.
Of course.
It was definitely interesting because there was a lot of parts to cut out and put together, and it made the thing a little difficult and frustrating. Then of course we had our Campus Story, which was probably my favorite project to do. I had my friend come into NCC pretending as if he was going to look for a class that was offered at NCC, and then he finds out that NCC doesn't really, it's not exactly how it seems. It got a little scary. He started hearing sounds, walking away, but he's like, okay, maybe it's all in my head. He's looking through the books, scared, but he doesn't want to leave yet until he finds his class. But all that took a lot of time, but I thought it was really fun because, again, we learned all those crazy and fun moves. And then, of course, was our Fall Foliage Project. I love this project because I love fall, and I just feel that it really captured all of the moods and feelings that you would feel in such a season. We had the chance to go out and just find all of the pretty pictures, pretty flowers and everything that we wanted to just put it in our project. And I thought it was a great addition to our projects in this class.
Great.
Yeah.
Those were all really good, but I'm sure there was one that was your favorite. Tell us about it while we watch part of the video.
Well, of course, like I said before, my most favorite would have to be the Campus Story. I felt that in the Campus Story, we just got to use our own imagination, our own creative wits, and just combine all the things that we learned and just create something of our own. I felt that in this project particularly, we didn't have any restrictions or guidelines, but we had to make sure it was on campus. But there's just so many different ideas and things that you can do on campus that just made this project more interesting. I named it the Slayer Conference because I figured why not come to NCC and then, well, usually you come to NCC to learn and stuff, but then he's really being inducted into the Slayer Conference in NCC. He runs outside, and he finds a rock. There's a rock on the floor, but he doesn't notice it. And he happens to trip and fall on the rock. And then everything just happens. That's when the switch begins. And he's just like, okay, this is really crazy. What's going on? And it was really fun. I used a crazy swirly transition to show that that's where the dramatic effects are happening. Then of course he realizes that this is completely weird, and then that the transition is finally amazing, and he becomes a Slayer. So I thought that was pretty great.
That was utterly frightening. What a great job.
Thank you.
So after learning how to shoot, edit all of these projects, what do you want to do next?
Well, I hope to just get all the knowledge that I gained from NCC and just find a way to bring it in my future life. Hopefully I can find different production agencies to hire me, but of course I would like to gain as much knowledge as possible so you can be the cream of the crop and just learn all the amazing tricks that you can do.
That's great. That's great. We have just met someone with a very large and international family. She hopes to take what she has learned from the TV1 and travel to one of the countries and create her own masterpiece. We would like to thank our guest today, Bunmi, for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was happy to do it. We hope you enjoyed meeting one of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and good day.
This has been the New Directors, a NCC student production. This has been a Norwell Community College student production.